Game is over. Meri Brown finally got married. Today Cody and Robyn's breakup in season 19. In a shocking twist that no one saw coming, Meri Brown has officially tied the knot with Henry William, leaving fans speechless and Kody Brown in tears. As season 19 of Sister Wives unfolds, this unexpected wedding bombshell is rocking the Brown family to its core. What does this mean for Meri's future? And how is Kody handling the heartbreak? Let's dive into all the juicy details. Please watch this video first to last my request. Meri Brown, once the loyal first wife of polygamist patriarch Kody Brown, has married Henry William, a charming and elusive entrepreneur from Utah. This wedding, long rumored and now confirmed through insider photos and bombshell interviews, wasn't just an intimate, elegant affair, it was an earthquake that has split open old wounds and exposed fractures long bubbling beneath the surface of the Brown family. Set against a tranquil mountain backdrop, Meri's wedding was described by one guest as beautifully understated, filled with genuine love, everything her first marriage never was. Absent from the ceremony were all of Meri's former sister wives, though a few of her adult children and close friends stood by her side as she said "I do" to Henry, a man sources say has brought peace, stability, and safety to Meri's life. Henry, reportedly uninterested in fame, has kept a low profile, but his effect on Meri is undeniable. "She glows now," said an insider. This is a woman who has been through public heartbreak, betrayal, and years of emotional starvation. Henry gave her something real. The moment Kody Brown learned of Meri's marriage, insiders say he dropped to his knees in disbelief. Although he and Meri spiritually separated years ago, and their official split was confirmed in 2023, Kody reportedly never imagined she'd truly move on, let alone marry someone else. He always thought she'd linger, a source close to the family confessed. Even after all the coldness, the gaslighting, and emotional neglect, he assumed she'd never leave the fold. He's stunned, and deeply shaken, that she actually found someone better. Rumors have swirled that Robyn, Kody's only remaining wife, was furious at how devastated he became. He cried harder over Meri getting remarried than he did when Christine walked out the door, a family insider revealed. Robyn is livid. She's seeing a side of Kody she didn't expect. Robyn Brown, once the favored wife, is now grappling with what it means to be Kody's only wife, and it's not as glamorous as it once seemed. He's unraveling, Robyn admitted in a recent episode. "I'm doing everything I can to hold us together, but sometimes it feels like I'm married to a man who's haunted by his own failures." While Robyn once called the others sister wives, she's now isolated with Kody and their 5 children, feeling like the last pawn on a broken chessboard. "They all moved on," she said. "I feel like the idiot who stayed behind." Meri's wedding isn't the only battle brewing. As seen on the most recent episodes of Sister Wives, Meri and Janelle are locked in a bitter property dispute with Kody over the division of assets, especially the infamous Coyote Pass land. "I'm sick thinking I have to bring in a lawyer," Meri confessed tearfully during the April 27 episode. "But I'm done waiting for him to do the right thing." She and Janelle have called for a fair and honest split, but Kody, supported by Robyn, insists the property belongs primarily to them, thanks to Robyn's mortgage and financial sacrifices. To that, Meri fired back, "Robyn doesn't get to keep everything I worked for. That land was for our family, not just her and Kody." Meanwhile, Christine and Janelle continue to deepen their alliance, finding solace in their independence and shared struggle. "We're the real family now," Janelle told Christine. "We have the kids, the truth, and each other." They both watched in disbelief as Kody painted himself as the victim. "He abandoned his kids emotionally," Janelle fumed. "And now he wonders why they won't talk to him?" Indeed, Kody's relationships with most of his adult children are strained, if not non-existent. Maddie, Janelle's daughter, hasn't spoken to her father in over a year. She doesn't want her kids confused by an inconsistent grandfather, Janelle revealed. "If you're not going to show up with love and presence, stay away." Kody now lives in a state of semi-exile. Though still technically married to Robyn, their relationship is tense. We're probably at our lowest, Robyn admitted. It's like I'm constantly trying to convince him not to implode. In his darker moments, Kody has acknowledged the truth. I don't fit in this family anymore, he confessed. I used to be the center of it all. Now I'm just drifting. Meri and Henry are planning a quiet honeymoon in Alaska, far from the chaos of their former life. Christine and Janelle are reportedly in talks to co-author a book about surviving polygamy, sisterhood, and betrayal. Cody and Robyn are clinging to the remains of their marriage, but sources suggest they're considering moving out of Arizona and leaving sister wives behind altogether. When the Brown family packed up their lives and moved to Flagstaff, everything changed. Janelle Brown, ever the steady realist, quietly observed the shift. He found it a lot easier to be away, she admitted in the September 29 episode. There were times I had to remind him to even show up at my house. He'd beg off with "I'm tired," and I'd say, "You can rest at my house as easily as you can at Robyn's." But it wasn't just about rest, it was about retreat. The deeper truth emerged from the children. The unity of the Brown family had always been strained, but Robyn's arrival drew an invisible but undeniable border. Janelle's children felt like outsiders in Robyn's home. "My kids were scolded just for opening her fridge," Janelle recalled, her voice lined with disappointment. For Christine's children, the pain was quieter but sharper. "They saw that Robyn and Dad were a couple," she shared. "But he wasn't in our home anymore." Robyn, in her own confession, admitted her kids felt alienated. "Meri was kind," she said. "But the rest of the family didn't accept my kids or me. We just wanted to belong." But Gabriel, one of Janelle's sons, had a stark rebuttal. "Robyn has a victim complex," he said bluntly in the October 13 episode. "We tried. We worked on those relationships. But if she thinks we mistreated her while she was being favored by Dad, then there's no chance of reconciliation." Kody struggled to balance his many homes, but the strain often ended in heartbreak. One moment stuck with him, the day he tried to leave Robyn's house and their daughter Ariella clung to his leg, sobbing. "Don't leave me, Daddy," she pleaded. And Kody, torn between families, simply murmured, "Another mommy needs me." Janelle watched all of this with growing dismay. He couldn't be gone more than 3 or 4 days before Ari got upset. "That's just poor parenting." The rest of the kids had to live without him, and they turned out okay. Not all of them did, though. Some turned bitter. Some turned away. Amid the discord, one child stood in both worlds. Michael T., Christine's middle child, had an early and deep bond with Robyn. When her twins Archer and Ace were born in 2022, Robyn was in the room, by invitation. "She made me feel seen," Michael T. said. "Loved. I needed that." Christine, always the believer in plural ideals, beamed. "When Robyn joined and Michael T. bonded with her, it was everything I hoped for." But even that golden thread couldn't mend the unraveling fabric of the family. Kody's relationship with his older children decayed. He felt exiled from their lives. "They've punished me for not being madly in love with their mothers," he claimed. One of his children once texted him, "You are a piece of trash." Another told him flat out, "You manipulated and brainwashed me." He reached out, he said. But his anger made him avoid them too. "They'll just trigger me with accusations," he confessed. "I'll do more damage." He hadn't seen many of his grandchildren, some he didn't even know existed. "Maddie didn't tell me she was pregnant," Kody admitted. "She whisked her kids away from me at Logan's wedding. I haven't seen Evie since she was born." Janelle, standing firm, offered no apologies. She didn't want Kody to sweep in like, "Oh, I'm your grandpa." It doesn't work that way. For Kody, loyalty became currency, and he accused his sons of betrayal. "After COVID, I told the boys they owed me and Robyn an apology," he said.